What's going on, traders? Welcome to the channel. My name's John. That's Groot. We trade options here. Two things today: collected income, really quick turnaround, 1 day, about $75 in Mara. We will cover that. And I am buying Palantir like crazy. So I'm just going to show you some news that had come out. They got another contract, and I just want to show another little bit of justification on why I'm looking at Palantir as my long-term holding there. So let's dive right in. Mara was trading higher yesterday. And as it went higher, I decided it was time to sell some premium against it. And what I did is I opened up later in the day, selling at the 60 strike, the 423 call. I sold that and I put 100 of my shares up as collateral, sold it, collected $420 in premium. And then what I did here today is ended up closing that at 345. And what I do is I pocket the difference there since I sold the contract to open. So basically sold at 420, closed it at 345. And that put me in at $75 in premium collected. That's basically income right there. 1 day in trade. And then that's, a good 17-18% profit. Let's look here at Bitcoin. This is BTC to USD. And what I'm going to show you is where I'm seeing Bitcoin headed. Now, I'm not, fundamentally speaking, I'm pretty neutral. I'm not necessarily a massive Bitcoin bull, nor am I, I'm not like an evangelist of Bitcoin, nor am I really like bearish on it or anything. I think there's good arguments on both sides from a fundamental perspective of people talking about if it's the future, the use cases. However, I am a chartist and I love seeing a chart like this, and I'll kind of point out what I'm watching, okay, just so you can see this. And this is the reason I think I can see Bitcoin going higher. So let me just point this out here. We'll lift this up so you'll see kind of a slight shelf here of resistance. This is kind of a ceiling that we're looking at. And then the trend line looks amazing. So in essence, as you just break out this trend line right here, you're going to already naturally see kind of what I'm talking about. And that's we are headed on this ascending triangle we keep touching this resistance, right? And there's a lot of pressure going up. And the more times we test this and this gets tighter right in this area, the more times this gets tighter, we start to see a move, and it has to go higher or lower. Typically speaking, you're playing your probabilities. It seems like there is a probability it goes higher just because of this ascending triangle here. But again, it's just probabilities. It could break down, something fundamentally could come out. There could be news about, a government adding restrictions or something. So that's just kind of the risk that you play. But since I'm someone who looks at numbers and likes to play probabilities based on that and the charts, that is why I think crypto can go higher, especially Bitcoin. Naturally speaking, I think Ethereum looks pretty good too, but I don't want to chart that now and confuse this. So not too bad. It does look pretty clean as far as a chart is concerned. And for that reason, I feel really good about the idea that maybe Mara goes higher, and what I can do is start to capture more premium again using my 300 shares as collateral. Another thing I did here now is that Palantir. Let's talk Palantir. Goodness, Palantir is collecting contracts left and right, but another big one they ended up getting was the government, and they had the Safer project. It's worth about 90 million, but this is over a 5-year period, so keep in mind this could cancel midway, or they've got stages they need to actually go through in terms of the structure. But I guess the way I see this is if the government can handle Palantir with nuclear stuff, then I guess my portfolio can too. That's a good way to think about it. But this is great. Really bullish. I'm waiting on Palantir's next earnings announcement to get an idea of what they're doing, like what contracts are they signing, how much are they diversifying their business, or is it always just going to be government only, or are they picking up more business to business type customers, other customers in the field. I've seen a lot with the NHS of England and things like that, and I like that. I like seeing that, and the more I see diversification there, the better. This is a key one too that I really like to show and kind of adds to some of my conviction. This is ARK Invest. They're an ETF, very actively managed, and they do a really good job of seeing and capturing like kind of more future forward technologies and adding them to their portfolio. And this is a great one. So if you look here, last year in October, November, we're looking at ARK owning about, say 25, 26,000 shares. And that's great. And as Palantir started to kind of soar higher and drop, we started seeing them buy more. So this is really interesting. As we got towards the correction, especially in Palantir, you can see ARK started buying like crazy. And they ended up going up to, gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, so they're holding almost 19 million, 18 million shares now in Palantir across their different actively managed ETFs. So 18 million, 26K. Gosh, that's like that's almost a 700 time increase over their initial holdings. So that actually adds a lot of conviction in terms of what they're seeing. There's definitely value here. And I'm not saying this is all you need to know. I think it's important to do your research and figure out what is comfortable for you. But what I did after hours, I bought a little bit more Palantir. I was away from my desk most of the day, so I was doing a lot of mobile trading. Essentially, I wasn't at the computer. And what I did is I did buy a few more shares. So ARK's buying a couple million shares. I bought 15. I bought 15 shares earlier today. So I'm now rounded out at a total of 400 shares. I had said earlier on a previous video that I probably want to sit at around 500 and I'd be happy here in my long-term kind of taxable type of position. And really what I might get into later on is I might start selling premium against Palantir, like just only like 100 shares or so. And this will help lower my cost basis overall in the long term and just be income there. This video here is going to describe Palantir's earnings and why their recent earnings was a boom and it looked great.